Hello, this video will walk you through how to copy content from your Blackboard Classic course into Blackboard Ultra. We're going to start first in our Blackboard Classic course. Notice we have a typical layout, weekly content area. We have a link to the Begin Here folder. We have a Week 1 folder, and within that folder, we have some more content, another folder, and then as you notice, we've got folder after folder embedded deep into our Week 1 folder. This is important to know because this layered structure is not quite the same in Blackboard Ultra. We also have discussions. We simply have a discussion forum here, but within our forum, we have no threads. So we can have two different ways we can copy content from Classic into Ultra. We can export our Classic course and create a zip file that we can import into Ultra, or we can simply copy item by item from a Classic course into Ultra. Two different ways to do it. If you decided you wanted to export your entire Classic course and then import it into Ultra, you're going to first need to create an export package, and you do that from the control panel, Packages and Utilities, and then you go to Export Archive Course. By default, there's going to be a package that was created automatically. You'll have to check the date of it though, because if it's been a while and you've made changes to your course, this particular export package probably isn't going to be sufficient. So then you can create one. And you simply click on the export package. You'll have some options you'll need to make. These file attachment default options are satisfactory. You don't need to make changes there, but you will have to go through and decide what content you would like to copy into the zip file that will get imported into your Ultra course. So everything is listed. You can pick and choose items, or you can simply select all, which means everything in the course will be zipped together. Once you've made your choices, you click the submit button and it'll begin to zip the file together. Now, I'm not going to do that because I've done that previously. I did it earlier this morning, but you'll have to wait for this link to appear up here, packages created manually, and it might take a couple minutes. It depends on how many files are being zipped together. So you might need to step out of the area and come back a few minutes later to find the file listed. So you'll see it's listed above in the packages created manually area, and you just simply click on that and then it'll download into your computer. You'll have it in your downloads folder or wherever you routinely download files. And so now your zipped course is available to upload into Ultra. So let's go into Ultra. This is a blank course shell. I have nothing in here. This is just my sandbox. So I want to import that course that I just exported. So here on the course content area, you'll notice all the way over to the right, this 3-dot menu. And we're going to choose the import content option. We get the 3 options here. We're going to select import course content. There's our zip file that we downloaded. We're going to choose it, hit open. Now you see that it's imported it in there. Now we have to wait for that content to copy over. And again, this may take several minutes. It depends on the size of the file, how many files you exported, how big that was before we can see everything here. So while we're waiting for that, let's go into a different course shell. And instead of importing an entire course, perhaps we just want to pick and choose particular files. We can do that as well. On the course content menu, we're going to choose the 3-dot menu, but instead of import, let's just choose copy content. Now you can go through here and you can just click the name of the course and copy everything over, and that pretty much replicates the imported course. However, we have found that this particular copy process isn't quite as thorough as exporting from Classic and then importing. So you can do it here, but you might decide you don't want to copy the entire thing. Perhaps you just want a few things to copy over. So then you just pick and choose the items you want. Now, maybe I don't want the entire weekly content area to come over, so I can just click on the items I want to bring over, and we can just keep diving deeper until we find the items we want to copy over. We make the selection, and we choose Copy Selected Content. So you see down below, it's copying that content in, and this doesn't take very long. But while we're waiting, let's go back into where we imported the course content. So now you see our folders are here. And an important thing to notice is down below, it says 58 items weren't imported. This isn't always the most accurate information, because I have found previously when it's told me things didn't copy over that they actually did. So, but you want to check it out anyway. So if you click on it, it'll tell you exactly what the import details are. And then again, you can click on the items and it will give you the specifics as to what the issues were. After you've made those reviews, you can go in and see your content. Now, remember our weekly content folder. We had a week 1 folder, and then within week 1, there was a part 2, part 3, part 4 folder. So if we click on this to open it up, we'll see that those items are in there. But now notice these items here are the name of the folder plus the name of the file. So our folder is actually empty. It copied over the part 2 folder, but it flattened out all the content. Instead of keeping them within the folder, they just simply listed down below. Same here. The part 3 folder is empty, but the content is listed down below. And so you can copy your content over, but it's just going to flatten out into this unorganized layout, and you're going to have to move it around and put it in the correct order. So it does copy over. You just have to make an effort to put it back into a different order, or in the order that closely resembles what you utilized in Classic. Our discussions copied over too. But now remember, we had a forum in Classic, and we don't have forums and threads here. We have folders and threads in Ultra. It copied over the forum from Classic and made a folder. But for some strange reason, it also created a thread from that exact same information. So we do have a folder and a thread. It replicated, and it's part of the reason why copying content from one source to another can be a bit problematic, because issues like this arise and you'll have to go through and clean this all out. So it's not a big issue, but it does take time to go through it. So in the alternative to copying these content items, we might encourage you to instead build it from scratch in Ultra, only because it allows you to build a succinct course. It's a cleaner environment. It makes sense to you. It makes sense to students. And so it's just a smoother transition, really, to build it from scratch. You don't have to. You can copy it over. Let's go back into here and see our files that copied over. And so you'll notice it copied these items over. They're both hidden from students. And so we can easily, by using the batch edit, make things available. We can just simply select everything down in the lower right corner. We can edit the visibility, and we can make all of these items visible to students. So that's a fast, easy way to make everything visible. But one thing to notice here, in this particular folder, we had a link to a discussion. And for some reason, that discussion link, when I copied portions of the week 1 folder into this course, I only took the 2 files. For some reason, it also copied over this particular discussion thread that was in the Classic course. I don't know why. It's just part of the glitches that happen when you copy from Classic into Ultra. So just be aware of that when you're doing your course copies, that everything isn't going to lay out as you typically expect. If you would like to work with a e-learning liaison to get a better feel for how this course copying works, content copying, or building from scratch, we recommend you go to gvsu-elearn.org/liaison. You'll type in the name of your department, and it'll pull up the names of the instructional designer and instructional technology project specialists who are your department liaisons. Reach out to these individuals to set up a meeting for yourself individually or for the department, and we can work with you to help you get your course set up. Thank you, and if you have any questions, reach out to your e-learning liaison at any time. Thank you.